Hi friends, welcome. It's a lovely evening at my house. We've got the fire going and little kittens that are now almost cats getting more rest than I get, I feel like. But anyway, I just wanted to share something that I'm going to be doing and invite you into it if you are looking to make some epic life change. I'm always trying to grow and challenge myself in different ways. And I decided a few days ago to do something called the 75 Hard Challenge. If you haven't heard of it, I'll tell you what the rules are and what that challenge is in a moment. But before I do, I feel like it was just fitting. You know, the New Year's has passed, but it's just been really kind of, I don't know, just January is a theme of change and newness and freshness, and it's just a constant reminder to start the year with intention. And today was a pretty significant day. Today was Monday. I don't even know. Honestly, I forget what date it was. I had it in my head it was the 19th, so I'm a little embarrassed. But whatever it was, today was both Martin Luther King Jr. Day and the inauguration of President Trump. And so no matter whatever way you voted, doesn't matter for what I want to say. And that is that today was historic in two ways. One, looking back at the impact that one man has had for decades, and an impact that Martin Luther King Jr. had in this country, and even around the ripple effect around the world. And it's a day that we've set aside to honor him. And what struck me is, if I was going to do this challenge, I wanted to start today. And I wanted to make it today because, you know, I think if there was any way that I could honor the impact that Martin Luther King Jr. had, it would be by becoming a world changer myself. But to impact the world, I need to really first kind of take care of this house. And I'm always needing an upgrade in who I am. And I can go in more into detail of what is motivating me personally. But it struck me that today was a good day to at least start. And so second, it was President Trump's inauguration, which again, doesn't matter which way you vote. It's a changing of an era. It's a new 4-year season. And I guess it stood out to me that today was kind of both a bridge to the past and a bridge to the future. And so I wanted to start today, but my husband pushed kind of pause on all my plans yesterday. And he said, why don't you do a daily vlog, maybe not the typical vlog style, but upload a video every day and just share about that journey and invite people to join you. And if you can invite them, you might want to give them time to mentally prepare and even do grocery shopping and a few different things. And so I want to invite you to do this 75-day challenge with me. And this challenge is not, it might be billed as a fitness challenge, but really it's a mental toughness or I think it would be more described as like a transformative mental toughness program. And there's 5 key components and 2 rules, I guess you would say, that I can share in a moment. But for me, this is significant because if you've been on this channel at all or heard me share in any way, since I started doing videos 2 years ago, the thing that propelled me was this idea of doing a mini habit and how doing something so ridiculously small that you could do it on your worst day. And it brought about transformation in my life, significant, radical transformation over the last couple years. But sometimes change comes in these bite-sized steps, and sometimes it comes by like plunging in and radically diving into something that might even be more than we realize we took on. Excuse me. So the rules, if you haven't heard of it, maybe you have, but this is a refresher. I guess it was, I think it kind of came in, or it was started in like 2019 by a guy named Andy Frizzell. I think that's how you say his name, or Frizzella. And I don't know if I think he was a coach at the time, but he started doing this program. I don't know the backdrop. I've got his book on order, so I'll know more as we go along. But he the 5 rules that he set out to do. And first of all, you have to understand, at least 100,000 people, based on his website, have completed this program. And the rules are: there's no compromise and there's no substitutions. And if you do either of those, you start back at day 1. So that's the rules up front. And then the 5 core components of it are that you have to have a structured diet. It doesn't matter what that diet is: paleo, keto, vegetarian, vegan. Pick a structured diet that is that will help you attain your goals, and then stick to it. Number 2, it is do 2 45-minute workouts a day. One of them has to be outside. They don't have to be strenuous. It can be simply walking. It wasn't listed, but I assume even some really maybe strong stretching. I don't know. I think of some major stretching counts, but maybe it doesn't. I should check that. But they counted things like yoga and, of course, running, biking, all the cardio stuff. I personally am just going to stick to the regime I've started the last few years, which has been doing 2 days of CrossFit, 2 days of pickleball, and 2 days I do a kind of a HIIT cardio session. And so I'm just adding in a walk every day. And then drinking 1 gallon of water. That's the one I'm actually the most nervous about, because I just don't like to pee that much all day long. And having had a couple kids, my bladder's a little smaller. Maybe some of you other ladies might know what I'm talking about. But 1 gallon of water, reading 10 pages a day. It cannot be an audio book, but literally reading 10 pages, no fiction. And it has to be something that is more or less in the personal development genre, to help you better your mind, better yourself, and looking to challenge you with your thinking and maybe your perspective. But at least no audiobooks, no fiction. So anything nonfiction, I guess, would count. And then finally, you have to take a progress photo every day. I'm not committing to sharing those photos, but I am committing to taking a photo. So I was going to start this again today, but I decided today would be the day that I just announce it and share the excitement. And my plan is that this is T-3 days. So today is Monday, and whatever day that is, you can check your calendar, since I'm not so good with dates these days. Or just our lifestyle is one that I don't have to follow dates, and I love it. But anyway, so today's Monday, so T2 would be tomorrow, T1 Wednesday. That means I'm looking to start Thursday and do this for 75 days. And you can go watch lots of people doing this. You can watch the videos of transformation, but to actually participate, it can be exciting to have someone on that journey with you. And I would challenge you to find a friend, grab a significant other, maybe a kid or a parent. See if you can find somebody to join you. And if you can, great. If you want to join with me, awesome. Subscribe. You'll get more of the notifications and you'll be able to watch. I'm planning to just do live videos. So my idea of vlogging is not showing you all bits of my day. It's just maybe a check-in and just share the highlights and what's challenging me and some of the things that are I'm finding encouragement in. And hopefully, if anything, my heart's just to encourage you. So I guess it's worth saying that the people that have done these, why would you do this? I heard it once said that you can't begin to see financial increase in your life until you have your physical house in order, and you that you're not overweight and you're not unfit, and how important it is to make sure your physical house is in order if you want to start succeeding in business and finances, getting better opportunities at work and promotions, growing your business, things like that. And so it just is, I think it's really fitting. And I have another channel that's all about wealth building. And this one, it started in fitness. I didn't want to limit it to fitness, but I was trying to be honest and share my transformation and my journey. And if you can go all the way back to my original video, which was, I think I recorded the video the day after Christmas, 2 years ago, and I published it on January 1st. And it was just a minute and a half long. And it was this idea that it's the journey out your front door. And I walked out my front door, and bedhead, woken up, there's nothing special in the sense of not presenting my best face. It was not Instagram. It was no makeup, nothing. Walk out my front door. And I knew I had to change, and I knew I was self-sabotaging, and I was holding myself back from things that I wanted to achieve in my life because I, was 45 pounds overweight. And I just wasn't enjoying my body. And so when I walked out my front door, I committed to a mini habit. And you can go see what that mini habit was. But for me, I had 4 goals. That was to take joy in my body, to build my cardio, build my strength and endurance, or build cardio and endurance, build my strength, and to lose weight. And so I started with just a simple mini habit that was so ridiculously small that I wouldn't fail on my worst days, and totally began to change my life. And so for the last 2 years, I love being in my body. I'm having fun. I'm going mountain biking with my kids. I'm playing pickleball regularly. And I added these different things in. My cardio is awesome. I've built strength. But the one thing that I have not had the discipline to do is just tackle the weight loss that I want. And, I really haven't lost that weight. And, it can be a source of shame, or I can use that to, as I've said for a long time, and what I live, I feel like in some ways it's my life, not motto, but my life message, that your biggest problem is your greatest opportunity. And so when I walked out my front door, I just realized that I couldn't, what I was letting hold me back from even speaking and making an impact in a greater level than I had, was that I wasn't content with being 45 pounds overweight, but I wasn't losing it either. And I was trying to not only up the ante by publicly committing to it, but I wanted to take and live out this principle that your biggest problem is your greatest opportunity. And so I wanted the very thing that was holding me back to be the reason that I launched into it and was my stepping stone. And I did that. My challenge was I had this great mini habit for my fitness, but I also was going to try and vlog it and upload videos and tackle this other area of my life and do 2 mini habits in a sense. But one was overwhelming. The idea of doing videos every day, I got burned out and I couldn't do it. And so it's been a lot of stops and starts as I learned this side of it. So I really just kept this focus private and worked on the other one publicly, and occasionally shared a couple things about my updates in fitness, but that's where it stood. And so, that's kind of my journey. I feel like this is full circle, being January, only a few weeks from New Year's. It's 2 years later, feels like almost to the day in a sense, and taking another journey out my front door, except I'm sitting in front of my fireplace. I recorded a video this morning, but I realized, what, I just need to do this the way I have been enjoying, which is doing live videos. And I can make this happen daily with live videos. I don't have time to add more things to my plate with homeschooling our kids and running 3 businesses. It's just too much. So anyway, that's it. This is longer than I planned. Just an invitation for change. And if this isn't for you, but you know of somebody that wants to make that change, then I really just encourage you, share this video. Share this with somebody that could use this encouragement, could use the support and fuel in their life. And I will see you tomorrow with another video to touch base, and we'll count this down. And I'm going to launch on Thursday, 3 days from now. And I hope to have a few of you join me. It will make it so much more exciting and interesting. Cheers.